Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the BullyZone podcast. For today, it's going to all be done through Snapchat filters. I'm Austin Largo.
And it's your boy Lance Winters. Thank you guys for tuning in to a Mother's Day episode of BullyZone Live. This is episode 15, season 2, baby. How's your week, man, leading up to this? We just got finished with our last podcast, Cinco de Mayo. Now rolling into Mother's Day, hitting the holidays back to back. How you feeling?
It's not a good situation for me. Holidays back to back just means you get drunk Jake from that one holiday, in this case Cinco de Mayo, a whole week of partying, pre-gaming for the next holiday, which is today, Mother's Day. So, Mom, I hope you're proud. You can tell I've been drinking. I'm all red right now. So
A little rosy in the cheeks, but you're still staying with us. Glad to hear
yeah,
that.
it comes and goes.
Man, oh man.
But, Mom, I hope you're proud.
You got to keep her proud.
6 tall boys in 30 minutes.
That's a new BullyZone
Is that a
record.
problem or is that a record? Yeah.
That's a record. I couldn't even maintain that much liquor. But man, oh man.
I didn't maintain it. I got it down the first time. It came up and then, yeah, I got sick and I was all green, you know.
Oh man, what's going on in the studio? I must be seeing colors. Do you know what the signs of a concussion are? Because after last night at Destination 6, I should have looked it up, but I fell asleep. So
How many fingers am I holding up? What day is it today? What's tomorrow? I don't know. Who's our president?
Who's
I think
our
that those are standard.
the one
Ask
with
if he's knocked
the one
out
with no
questions. No, the orange guy. Yeah. Yeah, I know you're talking. The reality star.
hair. Oh, yeah. He was on that one show and he's on that one building. But he never did that one job quite right. And it's crazy because for him having a career of telling people that they're fired, no one's had the audacity or balls to let him know that he needs to be relieved from duty. So that's a little crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if this was his main goal since starting The Apprentice. That's the show we're talking about. Of course, Donald Trump, with his famous catchphrase, "You're fired." You know, he thinks the White House is The Apprentice. He's just firing left and right.
This guy doesn't know when to stop.
Like, you know how NFL has Hard Knocks, which just, you know, backstage look during, you know, the preseason for each NFL or for a certain NFL team each year.
Mm-hmm.
They should have done that with the White House at least one year during the Trump administration. Just hidden cameras, you know, one camera guy. If the Kardashians can have a reality show for this long about stuff we don't care about, imagine something like the White House reality show. Keeping up with the Trumps.
Keeping up with Trump? Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be horrible.
Trump on Dump Watch.
It's horrible because it'd be just like his Twitter stream. Everybody would hate it, but everybody would be watching it, keeping their eyes on the next
Absolutely. That'd
episode.
be, you know, a top 5 show every week. And I think they would get real gimmicky. You know, this week the Trump family goes to the water park. You know, what other reality show tropes can we shovel in there?
He's
You know,
gonna
they go to the farm and, you know, milk some cows. Stuff like that. That's what America needs with Trump in office. Let's just have 4 years of a good time. You know, let's have a joke. He's already a meme, so let's just embrace it. You know, our number 1 song in the country, last I checked, was Old Town Road. That's a total meme song. Is it still number 1? I'm not sure.
I haven't heard.
It's
Keep up
either
with
that
today's youth and all
or
that.
Taylor Swift.
All the music you kids are up to.
If you don't know the number 1 song in the country, just bet it's probably Taylor Swift or Ariana Grande or Drake. And that's about the big 3.
There you have it. So we got this punk over here in SoCal and needs to mind his own business. And I got Mario over here telling me to get off my telephone. Well, guess what? I'm letting everybody know that we're live, ladies and gentlemen. We're taking calls. So if anyone's got the balls to say something to us, we got the open lines right here. So feel free to share this link to anybody. Share the whole podcast. Let them know because I got beef with a couple of you jabronis over here. And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. You know, I'm going to talk about it right now. Destination 6 last night. Where were you? What happened?
I was getting those BullyZone photos done.
I
They're
had
making people look good. They're spreading it like wildfire on Facebook and Instagram.
There you have it. We got pictures going on. Meanwhile, I'm over here hiking with a goddamn bear and a clown, trying to figure out how to fit in this small-ass car to make my way over to Barstow when I could have the luxury of being in a bully cruiser. So thanks for that, pal. But besides being stiff and stuck in a car all night, for a good 3 hours. It was good getting there. And good seeing Mama Impact, good seeing all the familiar, friendly faces. And that was about it. I'm starting to figure out that Barstow may not be the place for me. You know, there's not a lot of sympathy, not a lot of compassion, you know. So, as you know, I don't wrestle. I'm not a wrestler. I spent this much time in a ring. You know, I just got promoted from photographer to announcer. And I guess my mouth got me in trouble, but at the same time, these guys are professionals. So, yeah, if Heidi was the first victim, or she was the first case of harassment, and I didn't do anything. I literally didn't do anything. She lost her match for the Queen of the Ring tournament. That enabled her to be in such a rage. She'd grab a poor innocent photographer by the throat, throw him in the ring, and chokeslam me straight to hell. Boy, oh boy. You ever been chokeslammed in the ring?
Not in the ring, and not choke slammed, but choked in another. You know,
See, that's what I like.
you gotta pay for that.
That's what I like. That's what I would not have minded. But instead, I got dropped on my neck and destroyed by Heidi after she mounted me in places. God, disgusting M on my head. I don't even know what she used. Smell like blood and piss. Ugh.
And what was the M for? I saw that. I wasn't quite sure what the M might have been for.
Well, in the Queen of the Ring tournament, what happened was, in the beginning, when it was announced there was going to be a tournament, Mariah came out and announced that she's not going to defend her belt in a main event match. She decided that she's going to participate in this tournament because she wants to be the Queen of the Ring. So she pretty much denied Heidi a chance at, you know, getting that title, that main event. That was supposed to be the stacked card right there, you know. That was the top draw. And the pettiness between these two women ended up in them eliminating each other from the tournament.
That's
And
good.
in a rage, in a bloody rage, and the bloody roars and the screams of Heidi, she went around assaulting everybody from staff, security, referees, and branding us with these M's. And she kept screaming how she wanted Mariah, and she kept wanting Mariah, to the point where it was the main event where we were crowning the women's Queen of the Ring between Eliza Hammer and that goddamn beautiful Morgan. And right as Morgan took that 1, 2, 3, Heidi came out and almost threw her through a damn table until Mariah had to come out, put some sense into her, announce that she will be defending her belt against Heidi. And I guess with all that steam, all that hot-headedness, Mariah ended up losing that belt.
They had
And
to
that
throw
was-
it down right then and there.
Right then and there.
She got those
Mariah
hands.
Mariah was tired of Heidi assaulting staff, assaulting everybody. Everybody knows that Heidi's a little off. She's a little crazy. She's off her rocker, as you'd say. So Mariah had to come out and give the beast what she wanted, and that was probably her biggest downfall.
So you're the damsel in distress, and Mariah Moreno came out and was your, you know, your knight in shining armor
Yes.
for everyone there.
Yeah, I was going to say not just me, but also for Miss Sexy Morgan, who was about to get tossed through a table.
Morgan,
already
I love
lost.
you 3000.
Eliza Hammer, for the record, guys. Eliza Hammer is your first ever Queen of the Ring. Destination 6, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice.
Good
Congratulations.
stuff. She put in the hard work. She got through all of her competitors, stayed strong. She left an impact for sure, that being her debut showing and walking out Queen of the Ring.
Right on. There's nothing better than that, making a debut for a tournament nonetheless and coming out on top when you got people like Mariah Moreno for one and Heidi who have the experience in Barstow. And yeah, they both been the Destination 6 Women's Champions. So if I'm looking at a bracket for any tournament and I see a former champion, you know, 8 out of 10 times I'm going to put my money on a champion.
Oh,
And
yeah,
the fact
you
that
always
there's
got
two
the champion's
champions,
advantage.
exactly. Yeah, you already had that mindset. I'm a winner. I'm gonna walk in here. I'm gonna win some more. You know what I'm saying?
I own this.
I'm gonna walk out with that Queen of the Ring title. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna get that sash. I'm gonna get that robe. I'm gonna be sitting on that throne. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't get much better than that. You know, we've already had a King of the Ring tournament.
Yes, Dom Kubrick ended up
Dom
winning that
Kubrick,
one.
you know, he was on that throne. You know what I'm saying? And it's just nice to see. Who was the winner again? Eliza
Eliza Hammer.
That's a good queen name. Hammer. She's
Super
gonna bring the
elegant.
hammer.
She was royal as it was, just super poetic, you know what I mean? And it was just justice served when she was able to get Miss Sexy Morgan down for the win. Who I thought honestly had a better shot because I
Yeah, your
had
money
seen
on
her.
Morgan.
Yeah, I had seen her on Tales of Halloween, the October show. She did well, so you're just going with something familiar, and then you get shocked with the rookie, or the undercard, or the one that you don't know names.
Yeah, the underdog. Underdog's a hungry dog. Now that shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. That's where I got that from. But overall, good show. You had a good time there.
Yeah, good show, great time. The crowd was, they're very receptive, loud as ever. And as I'm closing out the show, I'm just doing my job. I'm just announcing the next show where we're going to have the tag team tournament, which is going to be June 22nd at Destination 6 in Barstow. And what happens? I'm just doing my job. We have two champions, Team High Riz, Simon Lotto and HFS Steven Andrews, and they're champions, but what did they do to deserve it? The champions were stripped from Divine Intervention, because guess what? Divine Intervention and Bill Chu had some kind of discrepancy, because Bill Chu decided to suspend them for using weapons. And then who just picks up the belts? Team High Risk just happens to be right there during the podcast, and Mama Impact just happened to, oh yeah, sure, let them have the belts. And that's why she's not in management. That's why we need to find someone who is capable of making these right decisions, because I don't agree with them. They're walking around with the Destination 6 tag belts. Then they're walking around with the new Destination tag champs, or the new belts, which are looking glorious, I might add. And I don't agree with it. So they don't agree with it either. They just happen to be ringside. They came up to me, and like I said, once again, I'm not a wrestler. I don't perform in the ring. And my jaw is still unhinged, it feels like, from a double super kick from the tag champs. So I'm not having a good time at Destination 6. It's starting to become a dark place for me. I'm starting to walk around with a baseball bat or something, get a little club on me, man, because I can't trust these talent. I can't trust security to get my back. Nobody came in for me. I felt like Vintage Dragon. I was just laying there in the ring, just like, oh, God, somebody pull me out of here. And nothing. So thanks for that, security. I'm going to be walking around strapped. I might have a little football helmet next time I show up, get some pads on. Because if you guys want to bring it, I'll bring it.
You need a gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no better defense than the gun.
You can always keep someone 3 feet away with the gun, I heard. Because that's the closest they can be.
I don't know.
They can't defend.
It don't matter if you're right there. I'm boom. Bah.
There you go, and the mask off, so I'm dead on impact. But yeah, that was Destination 6 for me, man. I'd say it was fun, but it wasn't that fun. Getting assaulted, not once but twice. And now that I think about it, I was assaulted by the Women's Galaxy champion, and I was assaulted by the tag team champion. So it's kind of hard when your enemies are the ones on the up and up, as they say.
Speaking on the up and up, we're gonna talk about the down and down. And Silver King,
Yes.
he recently, unfortunately, passed away. Doing what he loves, he passed away in the ring. It's something you never want to see. Someone
That's got to be horrible to experience, just no matter where you're at, whether you're ringside or whether you're a fan watching or whether you're the referee, it's really tragic, and it was sudden.
For our fans who may not know, Silver King, son of Dr. Wagner, famous Mexican luchador. Silver King, probably best known in the States for his role in the hit movie, my favorite wrestling Easter movie, Nacho Libre. He had the, big role of Ramses, the champion that our boy Nacho Libre has to
Overcome.
ultimately vanquish at the end with not a wrestling move, but beyond science, magical soul stone with he flies out and tackles and becomes a false count anywhere match. After that, once you see something like that, a guy 250 pounds, 5'6" flying,
Soaring through the air,
you're
majestic as an angel.
You're just gonna count wherever he wants to pin, because obviously he's gonna, fly anywhere he wants. He's gonna go fly into the States and take over. This was 2006, so who would have been champion at the time? Great Khali, probably.
Sounds about right.
So
The Punjabi giant. And imagine seeing him flying around. I would have gave up on wrestling right there. Oh my goodness.
That's a 747 coming at you
My
with
head
Great
would've
Khali,
literally exploded.
coming off the top turnbuckle. That's something I don't want to see ever, ever, ever. Like, not me on the mat getting splashed by Khali, but just anyone. Like, for Khali's sake, because his knees they're gonna get snapped away when he hits the canvas.
And he's done. He's that one half of the population that didn't make the splash, not the snap, but the splash. Super cool stuff happened last night with Maverick Pro, or should I say Maverick Wrestling, as it's been rebranded. They presented Revolution, where Chris Bay ended up walking out the Revolution champion. The Revolution was televised. The Revolution was live. The Revolution was in Los Angeles last night.
Chris Bay, I gotta say, he's looking extra swole. I saw him on, Twitter, or Instagram, or Facebook, one of those three. Why is it always you three when something happens? That meme with the Harry Potter kids. It could basically just be Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Yeah.
Anytime you see some, social media beef. But I saw him. He was looking real swole. His arms are coming in nice. Chris Bay, let's get out. Let's get in the studio. Let's have some arm wrestling. I may not have the power you have, being the quick little agile guy you are, but I got the technique. I've seen Over the Top 38 times. Great Sylvester Stallone movie. It's all about arm wrestling.
Right?
It's up there. The Rocky films are all right. Rocky 4, all-time classic. It's up there with Cliffhanger, another classic. Sylvester Stallone, the Italian Stallion. Who took a cookie from the cookie jar? Not him. He is the jar.
And he had to come over.
He's supplying the cookies. But, they got the whole underground arm wrestling. So, Chris Bay, I'm calling you out one-on-one arm wrestling. And we'll have you all done up in our arm wrestling ref gear.
Yeah, and when you lose and when you eat that slam, we can update our Facebook picture finally to another L, brought to you by Chris Bay. What else is going on? We had Maverick going on last night. Tomorrow night, we have the Coastline Clash. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have Avalon versus Arquette at the Improv Comedy Club in Irvine.
Yeah, Championship Hollywood. They're coming on down to our neck of the woods, my backyard. It should be a fun show. Anytime,
Fully stacked.
Anytime you leave the comfort of your own home to go put on a show somewhere else in a new venue or arena, stadium, whatever it might be, it's fun.
Oh, yeah.
You're in a new part of town that you don't know.
That M is gone. Sorry. It's fun being in a new spot, and it shows that it's not that hard to find a venue in Orange County. Wink, wink, because there's a lot of promotions that end up at the same place because they can't find a venue. Gold Coast and everybody that's watching, you know what I mean? Look at that. Improv Comedy Club. You guys can get in, get out, have a good show, and maybe have a collaboration show. Who knows what's coming up next for Southern California wrestling. But the Improv Comedy Club is probably a place where I'd want to put a show. It's a well-known place. Like you said, it's in your neck of the woods. You're probably local. You probably see all the little comedy clubs or the comedy shows in between. Wouldn't it be fun to have more wrestling there?
Absolutely. It does help when you got guys like David Arquette on the
Parka,
card.
Joey Ryan.
Yeah, when you got those, then you're going to be able to fill an improv club like that.
Now, you see, I've never been to one before, but seeing as it's tomorrow, I might have to go check it out. Because you got the Soul Burners, the Rock Nest Monsters, and Double Platinum going up against Reno Scum for the tag championships. So I know how much you love them Reno Scums.
Reno Scum, those are my guys. Luster the Legend, just awesome. Killer ass mohawk. Looking like me back in the day, looking like a souped up Austin Largo. Back when I was running around with the hawk, 12 years old.
Just screaming. We also going to have Andy Brown there for the Universal Television Championship. He's going to be defending that against who knows who. And then you got the likes of Bateman. It's just a fully stacked card. I'm excited for it. I might end up making my way over there.
Yeah, Andy Brown, that's another guy to keep your eye on. First time I saw him was here for Gold Coast Federation. He was taking on Daniel Limelight for their title. And that guy, I like him. He's a thick dude. I like guys thick. They bring that power game, but he he's not a power wrestler. He's not a powerhouse. He's he's got those strikes. He got the deadly, forearms and kicks. Like halfway through that match, that Danny Limelight match, I thought he was be the one to take the title off him.
Mm-hmm.
I was scared for Danny, but at the end of the day, Danny Limelight hit him with that, radioactive DTT, and still your Gold Coast Federation champion.
And the next show for Gold Coast is actually going to be on June 1st.
June 1st, we'll have more information on that. Check them out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. They're always dropping updates on their shows.
That's Injustice for All, ladies and gentlemen.
Injustice for all.
From what I hear, they're going to crown the some ultra-violent champion.
Ultra-violent champion. My money would be on Phoenix Kid. That guy.
A lot of support.
First sight, if you would have seen him on the street, you wouldn't know he's a deathmatch wrestler. You would know he's a wrestler because he has a mask. I'd be like, what's this guy walking around, downtown Santa Ana with a mask on? But I would have been like, he's probably a luchador, right? Santa Ana, Mexico. No, he's a deathmatch wrestler. So, and last time he was here for Gold Coast, he beat Daniel Moon in a hardcore match. I think if he gets a weak first opponent, he might end up taking that UV title, back to wherever he lives. Phoenix, Arizona, I'm guessing.
Yep. And he's making his way through California. He's expanding his territory. And he's leaving an impact wherever he goes, He was also, was at UEW the week before that, getting it in hardcore rules. So he's definitely out to make a name for himself. Phoenix Kid is someone you want to check out. Coming in from Arizona, new to California. Book this man. Get him some money.
Speaking of money, I need some money. What are you selling? And I'll buy it, and I'll sell it back to you.
I'm selling these nice BullyZone shirts, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys would like, BullyZone is now providing T-shirts at the simple cost of $15. And any of these T-shirts will go into the BullyZone podcast. It'll help support us, support free admission, and it won't support OCCW or the De La O Jiu-Jitsu Center. So feel free to donate as much as you'd like. We don't carry change. So come on down with them 20s, honey.
No, come with those 50s and 100s. Leave the 20s at home. Leave the 10s and 5s and 1s. Roll of quarters is always okay. Laundry day.
But no nickels and dimes. And I ain't 50 cent. I won't take a jar of change. No, thank you. Paul Stitt says he's excited. He says he's going to be over at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood's Coastline Clash. So that's going to be fun, having a familiar face there. He's always around the scene, hanging out, getting all the top footage. If you guys want to call in, feel free to call in. Say hi, what's up? We got the link tagged right there. We got the password. All you got to do is go to the website. What is it? VR Mixer. Call that. Type that in. They ask for a password. The password's pinned right there. It's 421-4522-331. That's like our own little personal telephone number. You'll be able to communicate live right here. We're going to have a hologram of you. It really works. Trust me. Try it. It's going to be great. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Come and tune in whenever you want. You got something to say? Free your mind. This is a place where you can feel safe. You can talk all the trash you'd like to talk, You don't have to be confined by any rules or regulations. We're just here to have fun, promote wrestling, and get over.
So this weekend, for a lot of you who may not know, the Costa Mesa area, it's not the cleanest or nicest area. You got a problem, a homeless problem, I think. You also got a problem with ne'er-do-wells who do drugs in your restrooms. So the plaza I quite frequently. All their bathrooms in that whole plaza and every separate store has locks on the doors now. With little punch codes, or you need an actual key. And here's the reason why. I was in that plaza I frequently.
Participate your activities in.
In the middle, the divider, it's all like on the street. There's a big metal divider, or not metal, just a median. Well, all this like plant life and trees and all that, all this shrub. I'm pulling up and I see something happening there. I think it's like two bums fighting. And so I pull up and I park and I go past Starbucks. I'm looking, and it's just one guy there now, but everyone else is just watching One guy just steps up, like, "Hey, are you okay?" After he got in a fight, I guess. He just starts screaming, "Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Leave me alone!" Like at everyone watching there. I think this guy might have, after that, finally called the cops because I went to go do my business. I looked for some black Air Force Ones. I got some business coming up. I come back and for one guy, they gotta bring out, two cop SUVs, the fire ambulance, the ambulance truck. They had the whole 9 yards there for this one guy, just one crazy guy. And I always wondered, what's the process when they have to book someone like that? He doesn't have the insurance. He doesn't have the money to pay bill or bail or anything. It's really an epidemic.
You just throw him in the pokey. That's it. Just toss him in there, file him with the next guy, and then you're done, bro.
And you just poke him.
Poke him till he learns his lessons, till he promises to change for good. That's the thing. When you arrest somebody, you don't really do anything. You don't try to rehabilitate the person. You just want to put them behind bars and make people feel safe, and that's just not how it works. He's just going to get out and do it again. I had the same situation happen in Los Angeles where there was a woman in the street ready to fist fight this officer, and this officer he obviously wasn't trained well enough because he was intimidated by the woman, even though he was clearly twice her size. But just in the middle of an intersection for a good 5-10 minutes, they're just screaming at each other. She's trying to, and the protocol is not right because what happened was she ended up getting hit by a police car because police cars were coming in to like condense the scene or whatever, close it off, and I guess she jumped in front of the car, and now it's like, so how do we process this? Was she at fault? Was he at fault? Did this situation that was started off as a crazy woman trying to assault a police officer now got hit by a car? You're like, what's her condition? So if you see a crazy person on the street, do the right thing. Just like if you were to see a sick dog, or if you were to see a sick cat, or if you were to see any animal under duress, you know what I'm implying. You know what I'm getting at, right?
Put him down.
Thank you, because you can't overpopulate. There's too many dumb people in this world. So if you see a dumb person, do the right thing. And if you don't know how to do the right thing, come to Destination 6 on Thursdays, and you can have Aiden Wade train you personally, having his own seminars Thursday. He will train you how to kill people. He has an extensive resume. I want to throw this in. I skipped this little part. But he killed the man, launched him off a balcony, and we haven't heard from him since.
Yeah, Tony Boy Fury, for all you wondering who might be that person that Aiden had to take his life. I still watch that footage sometimes.
I felt like he almost killed somebody last night. He's been having feuds with Tony Reyes. They've been going back and forth on the interwebs, talking about who's hardcore. In the midst of me being chokeslammed and being all confused, a fight breaks out during intermission between Aiden Way and Tony Reyes. And mind you, Tony Reyes has a broken hand. It's wrapped up, it's secure, it's 3 times the size of his other hand, and Aiden Way just decides to jump him. He's tired of the online. What's going on? We got Jason Hastings tuning in. How you doing, sir?
We got someone calling in right now. It's going to be hooked up in just a second. We can see him right now. Can they hear us, Rob? Hey, Jason, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. How's it going, boys?
We see you, Jason. Do you hear us? Jason, are you, do you hear us? You good?
Welcome to BullyZone Live, sir. And if you want to stare down, we can stare down. If you want to start this on a bad terms, we'll start this on a bad terms. What do you got? I can mean mug too.
This is what I live for, technical difficulties.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're having some technical difficulties. That means I won the blinking contest by default. We're going to try this again, ladies and gentlemen. Be patient with us, but he's from CWA. and he's here to talk about the upcoming shows. We have somebody utilizing the vMix call. Like again, guys, you can tune in to vmixcall.com. As soon as you go on, it's gonna ask you for a password. The password's right there at the bottom. It's best to have headphones and Wi-Fi out here. Have the best connection. I don't know if he's still staring me down right now. Our producer's telling us that he is offline. We're gonna try to reconnect we're gonna try to reestablish the connection right now. But going back to what happened, yeah, Tony Ray's his hand is broken, legitimately broken, and Aiden Way did everything in his power to make it worse. Whether it's hitting it with a hammer, hitting it with a chair. So it turned out to be a brawl. Mama Impact said, if you guys are gonna fight, keep it in the ring. So as they brawled from like the concession stand area, and as they're making their way to the ring, security all came out tribal-like, and they just surrounded the ring. And as soon as both guys were in the ring, all the security just started looking under the ring and started throwing tables, started throwing chairs, started throwing weapons, to influence this what would be a hardcore match. And it was the inaugural match for the Hardcore Championship.
Sorry to cut you off there, Lance. I think Rob's giving us a thumbs up saying everything's connected. Jason, buddy, can you hear us?
Speaking to the microphone, Austin. Hello. There you go.
One second, Jason. We got to get your sound on. Sorry for all this, guys.
We see him, but we can't hear him. Something's wrong with the audio.
This is a great time to learn American Sign Language. If anybody's talented at skill, please come on down to the studio. That'd be amazing to encounter some things like that, nature.
Yeah,
But
I think this is with his phone settings. So he can't.
for the fans, can the fans hear what Jason's saying right now? Nothing. Well, it looks like we're just going to have to come up there and meet you in person to figure this out. I'm never the biggest guy in technology. I won't be the first to lie. But here he is.
Yeah, sorry for all our fans out there watching. Any luck on that, Rob?
No. It's something to do with his phone. Like whatever phone settings.
The phone setting.
Not letting him connect to his audio device.
Our producer, Rob, is letting us know there must be a problem with the connection from audio to sound.
His phone.
Some
Some phones just don't.
some phones, I guess, our producer, Rob, is saying just aren't set up for this. We're sorry for any fans who may be trying to call in right now. It's still a work in progress.
He says feel free to give him a call on the telephone. You want to try that out?
Yeah,
See
call
me?
him and use the third mic.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
Put on speakerphone so you can hear him.
We're going to try to call him right now.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we hear you loud and clear, Jason. How you doing?
Good, how are you guys?
Right up to the phone. Just tap the mic.
1 second while we get the mic situation all set up, Jason.
Okay,
We're
yeah,
going to get a
no
thumbs
problem.
up from our producer if we're ready to go.
Mic's all right.
Yes. Jason, how are you doing, Jason?
I'm doing well, how are you guys?
Good, thanks for asking. For our fans who are just tuning in right now, we got Jason with California Wrestling Association with us on the phone. Was that correct, California Wrestling Association, Jason?
Yes, it is, thank you. Yeah, that is correct.
Right on. Now, let us know what you guys have coming up.
Our next show actually is on May 26th. We're actually based out of the Central Valley. I know you guys are more Southern California, but this thing can reach anywhere. That's the beauty of Facebook, and that's the beauty of online, is that you can literally be all over the world and see where the next show might be. And that's also the beauty of independent wrestling. So, yeah, we were actually based in the Central Valley. Our show is May 26th in Hillmar, California, which is basically Turlock and Modesto area, if you know the big cities of California. That's the closest it will be. It's a very, very small town, but the fans and the community are all amazing, and they always come out and support independent wrestling, which is something that we always love because we're all big fans of it at the end of the day.
Absolutely. I love wrestling as a whole, so any independent show is awesome. Tell us some about the wrestlers you have on the show coming up. Do you have any of your champions defending titles?
Yeah, my heavyweight champion is Johnny Butabu, who is like a mainstay down here in the Northern California scene. He's wrestled in Hood Slam and Best of the West. Pretty much any like promotion out here, everybody knows who Johnny Butabu is, as well as his opponent, which is wrestling personified Rick Luxury, who's been around for at least 15 years. Again, another legend in NorCal wrestling. Myself will be in action. Myself and my tag team partner, Trip Rogers, we will be defending we will not be defending our tag team titles. We're actually both in singles matches this show. And if the opponents that we face, the world's freshest tag team, we face them both individually. If they actually do beat both of us, which they won't, they get an opportunity to face us for the tag team titles at our next show on July 21st. So that's another big one. We have our Central Valley champion, which is basically like our Intercontinental title. His name is Lord Messias. He will be going one-on-one with one of the members of a stable out here called the Collectors named Marshall Smith, and an up-and-coming guy that trained out here. His name is Johnny Demon. He will be out here as well. We have a gentleman named Toxic Trent, who again is another young guy that's coming up, trained by Mike Rain at Best of the West. He's a hard-working kid. Got nothing but positive things to say about him. We use a lot of talent from different places, from Northern California, Southern California, Nevada, you name it. Sexy Chino is actually going to be coming down. I know he's a mainstay in Southern California wrestling. Everybody loves Chino, I hope.
Yes, we're big fans of Chino.
He'll be coming down here. Biggie Biggs will be coming down here with him as well. So that's another guy that a lot of people from UEW and Destination 6 will know who that is. Definitely. Awesome. He's been around a very long time.
It sounds like a great show.
Yeah, we try to bring a lot of fresh faces to the area, especially guys from like SoCal that a lot of people from like our area really don't see too often. So we definitely try to like change it up a little bit and give everybody fresh matches and fresh opportunities.
Where could our fans find you guys on social media so you can have some new fans keeping up with the new events coming up?
On our Facebook page is facebook.com/California Wrestling Association. On Instagram is same thing as California Wrestling Association. That's the best way to reach out to us. And if you are an independent wrestler and you're maybe looking to get put on the card or maybe looking for a new opportunity, I do run both pages. So you're always more than welcome to send me a message, let me know a little bit about you. And we're always looking for some fresh talent. So we're always looking for an opportunity for a gentleman or even a lady to come down here to CWA and make a name for themselves. They're looking for a new opportunity to perform in the Valley.
We love that. We would love to see more Southern California wrestlers up, perform for the guys up north. That'd be awesome to see.
Absolutely, man. I agree with that.
Now, you say you perform as well. How long have you yourself, Jason, been in-ring competitor?
I started wrestling in December of 2010. I came up with through a very small independent company, through a company called 5 Star Wrestling. They didn't last too long. I was with them for a few years, and then I went to North American Wrestling for about 3.5 years. I trained under various people under that banner. And then I left the company, and I decided to start my own company because I, wanted to do a little bit differently than what the program they were having at NAW, and that's when I started CWA.
Now, do you guys have a training program for any, fans who have that dream to take the next step and learn the wrestling craft?
At the moment, no. I do have a couple guys that work under me. For the most part, they are basically considered my students. We don't have a secured building. We are just finalizing some stuff this week, and we will be announcing it on our Facebook page this upcoming week for us. We're going to be having a building, actually. It's going to be about a central location from Fresno, which most of my talent's from, and then Modesto, which a good portion of my other talent's from. We're going to have like a halfway point, which again we'll be posting later in the week on social media to let everybody know, hey, you know what? It doesn't matter where you're coming from, even if you're just kind of coming through the town on the way, from LA or on the way to Sacramento, if you just want to stop in and maybe get some ring time in, or maybe just come check the building out, we're going to make it open and accessible to anybody that's willing to come and give us an opportunity to show their skills, or maybe come and maybe teach a class, or maybe just stop in to say hello. We're always going to be open for that.
Fantastic. That's awesome. All right, Jason, I think we might be cutting it close on time. Again, let the people know where your next show is going to be and what time.
Yeah, definitely. Next show is going to be May 26th, Hillmar Grange Hall in Hillmar, California. You can find tickets and all the information on Facebook.com/California Wrestling Association, and again on Instagram @California Wrestling Association. Thank you guys again for having me in. I know this is very last minute, but I really appreciate your guys' time and letting me do this.
Of course, thank you for being on the show. We're definitely going to reach out to you after the program. We'd love to see one of your upcoming shows and see what Northern California is all about.
Sounds great, man. Thank you guys again.
Thanks for joining us, Jason. Hope to talk to you soon.
All right. Take care, guys.
All right, bye. All right, that was Jason with California Wrestling Association. Make sure you check out their next show. Looks like they have some big things coming up.
May 26th, ladies and gentlemen. Get to see some NorCal talent. You get to see some SoCal talent. Like you said, they're going to be Sexy Chino there, Biggie Big. So we'll have some familiar faces, and we'll see some new faces.
All right, well, that's a great way to wrap up the show with a new guest. Some new voices on the, and a new face for 2 minutes we saw him.
Hey, we saw him.
Good-looking guy.
We didn't hear him, but we saw him. Make sure you guys follow him. Check him out. Do BullyZone a favor. Pass it forward if you guys love independent wrestling. You know what I mean? It'd be great to follow CWA on Instagram and on Facebook. It still under the same name, right?
California Wrestling Association, Facebook and Instagram. But don't let me, don't get it from the messenger's mouth. You heard it here. So rewind, and you'll hear Jason's beautiful voice. Rewind past that, you can even see his face. But, anything else you got to shout out before we wrap it up? Enjoying your burger. Shout out to McDonald's.
This burger is
still making a good burger.
Fuck you to Goose and Uber stud. He knows what he did. Next week, Super Awesome Showdown is going to be going down at Tango Del Rey in San Diego. You guys do not want to miss another installment on the Battle Grid. And with that being said, it's your boy Lance Winners.
Shout out to Just Joel Inc. This is That Gross Cat, Austin Largo. Thank you for tuning in. Check us out next Sunday, 3 o'clock or 3, whatever, when we start. I love you. If you got a big